Annyeonghaseyo! Hello everyone, this is Serina. Welcome back to Fantastic Korean Dishes, where we cook up simple but delicious Korean meals. Today we're going to be cooking one of my favorite comfort foods, and that is pajeon. Today we're going to be making a special recipe. It's a Haemul Pajeon. It's seafood pajeon, and this particular recipe will give you the most scrumptious, the most crispiest pajeon you will have ever tried. So I'm so excited to share this recipe with you. If you're ready, let's get cooking. So for this recipe, we're gonna need half a squid. Now, if you can get your squid prepped and ready at your supermarket, they can do that for you. You are one lucky person. But if you're stuck with a squid that you have to prep yourself, that's fine. I will teach you the way. Okay, so here is our squid. We're gonna lay it down flat on our cutting board. And this is the back, okay? So what we're gonna do is we are going to gently cut it down the middle on the back. And the reason I say gently is because if you cut through too much, you're going to get the guts and the ink sac to explode. And we don't want that because we don't want more of a mess. And then you're gonna take the legs and gently lift it off. And you'll get all the wonderful insides and ink sac taken out as well. And right down the middle of the squid body, you'll see like a clear bone-like thing, and you just want to pull that off like that. Pull it down. And then you'll get this clear plasticky thing. I'm going to take that out. And you want to cut right below the eyes. You don't want to cut at the eyes. Give it about 1 centimeter below the eyes. We're going to take our legs and we're going to take our body and then run them under some cold water. You just want to run the body through some nice cold water. Just get rid of any debris or kind of leftover stuff from the insides of the squid. You just have to be careful with the tentacles because there are tiny little circular bones on some of the tentacles, so you really want to get rid of that. Otherwise, you're going to have little bits of hard things, and you don't want that. Now you have a half a squid that's nearly prepped and washed. I say nearly because there's one more step. Now, as you can see, the squid has like a purplish, dark colored membrane. Now this releases a lot of moisture, plus it releases some color as well. So we're just gonna remove it. So what we're gonna do is take a piece of paper towel, and it's kind of like just peeling off a sticker. Okay, you're gonna start with the corner. Instead of peeling it by small bits, what you wanna do is really get a good grip on a big piece and then just pull as much as you can. Go up. Wow, I did that on one go. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, kind of. There's a little piece here. Get that little piece, okay? And then also on this part as well. Okay, so we're gonna cut off this part of the squid. I'm gonna cut this body in half one more time lengthwise. I'm gonna stack them together horizontally. And then I'm gonna slice them thinly at about 0.5 centimeters in width. If you don't have squid at home or at your supermarket, you can also use calamari as well. And I find that when you cut it nice and thin, it's also like chewier. You get more squid in one mouthful. So I find that slicing it thinly is the best. And then we're gonna cut the legs and cut the tentacles. Okay, we're gonna cut these in about 3 to 4 centimeters lengths. So it's about like the size of a pinky. All right, we're gonna need 1/4 of an onion. So I've just cut my onion in half. And I'm just gonna thinly slice just half of this, so we're gonna just need 1/4. So we're gonna need about 20 stems of green onions. So pa in Pajeon refers to green onions. So of course the star ingredient is, you guessed it, green onions. So we're gonna cut these in pinky finger lengths as well, similar to the squid. I'm gonna just stack them together on one side. Okay, slice them in half. And I think I'm gonna cut them in thirds. Now this might look like a lot of green onions, and if you're not used to eating a lot of green onions, this might scare you, but don't let it scare you. Once we fry it up, it is gonna be so delicious and so flavorful. Trust me, okay? Next, we're gonna need 1 red chili pepper. Now, if you cannot take any spice, you don't have to put this in. If you can take a little bit of spice, I highly recommend you use it because it just adds that pop of color and another pop of flavor. So I'm gonna lay it flat on my cutting board and slice down the middle lengthwise. So I'm gonna lay the pepper on its back so the inside is facing me, and I'm gonna cut it on a diagonal. And I'm gonna cut it as thin as I can. Now it might be a little bit tricky to cut the pepper with the seeds inside, so just be very careful when you're using the knife. Okay, next we're gonna need about 12 small to medium-sized shrimp, whatever you can get, and if you can get them peeled, that will save you a step. So I have already peeled my shrimp, and I'm just gonna go ahead and wash them under running water. So you want to wash your shrimp under cold running water, and just using your fingers, make sure you just wash them thoroughly and give them a nice rinse. So this recipe is going to make 2 pancakes, so we're going to need 2 eggs. Now instead of whisking the egg really well, you still want the white and the yellow to somewhat be separated. You don't want them to be mixed too much, okay? And it should look something like that. Next, we're going to make the sauce for the pancake, and we're going to do this beforehand because we want to eat the pancake right off the pan when it's nice and hot and crispy. So this is a soy sauce based sauce, so we're going to need 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. Then we're going to put in 1 tablespoon of vinegar. Then we're going to put in half a tablespoon of sugar, 1 tablespoon of water. Next, this is an optional ingredient, but if you want your sauce to be a little bit spicy, you can put in some red pepper flakes. Today, I'm going with something with a little bit of a spice. So I want my pajeon to be a little bit spicy. I want my sauce to be a little bit spicy. So I'm gonna put in 1 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. And then I'm gonna give it a nice mix. Salty and tangy, and a little bit of sweetness. That's perfect. Next, we're going to create our batter. Now, you guys have to pay attention because this is where we make the magic, okay? If you get the frying mix, this will give you extra crispy pancakes. We are going to put 1 cup of frying mix into our bowl. And then to add more crispiness to this pancake, we're going to put in a cup of water, but instead of just regular water, we're going to put in cold water. And this is going to make the pancakes extra crispier. So we're going to whisk this together and make sure there's no lumps. So you want to give it a nice good whisk. We're going to add all the ingredients together. And we're going to just put them whole, and using chopsticks, I'm just going to gently mix all the ingredients together. And you want to be nice and gentle. Now, as you're doing this, you're going to feel like there are more solid ingredients and not enough batter in this mixture. But once we fry it on a pan, you'll see that everything is going to stick nicely together. You just want to make sure that all the solid ingredients are nicely coated with the batter. The batter is not too wet, and we've got loads of vegetables and seafood. So let's take this to the frying pan. Okay, I'm gonna add in 2 tablespoons of oil. You wanna use an oil that has a high smoke point. And you want a generous amount of oil just so that the pancake doesn't stick to the pan. I'm gonna use a ladle and I'm going to scoop up half of the batter onto the frying pan. And using chopsticks and a wooden spoon, I'm just going to create a round shape. Just let it cook for a couple minutes and get your egg ready. And move the pan around like this. And that way you'll cook the pancake evenly and you'll reduce the chances of burning it. So it looks like it's really starting to cook. I'm going to drizzle on the egg yolk. And the egg not only adds more protein, but it also acts as a glue for the pajeon. Now I'm going to flip it and put the spatula right under the pajeon. Okay, give it a nice, good flip. And I'm just going to flip it back one last time. Okay, put the spatula right under the pajeon and give it a nice flip. Okay. Okay, it's all done. We're going to plate it. This looks so good. Wow. Look at that. Okay, let's go eat this. All right, it is time to try out this pajeon. Oh my goodness, it looks so good. This is how you cut pajeon. You use your chopsticks. It looks very, very crispy and golden brown. I'm gonna dip it in the soy sauce. Mmm. 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 Wow. Mmm. So good. So good. Very crispy. And all the ingredients inside, the green onions, the squid, the shrimp, so chewy, so tender, so fresh. Like the green onions are so fresh. It's so good. Wow. Amazing. Hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Pajeon is loaded with so many vegetables. It is so nutritious. You can add seafood to make it Haemul Pajeon, but you can also change up the ingredients a little bit and really make it your own. So next time you see a rainy day, make sure to make your own pajeon at home and try it out. I hope you guys enjoy this, and don't forget the tips to make this pajeon extra, extra crispy. All right, thank you so much for joining me today. Have yourselves an amazing day, and I'll be back with another fantastic dish. Till then, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you soon. Bye!